I, Erin Turtle, on the 27th of August, agreed to the inclusion of my contribution in this video assessment, the nature of which has been explained to me. I understand that my contribution will be viewed by an assessor at the college for the purpose of assessment and marking. I'm over the age of 18 and have agreed to be part of the video assessment on a voluntary basis. I understand that this video assessment or part of it may also be used for the further purpose of review at the college or used in a moderation or validation process. I understand and agree that my personal details in this video assessment will be stored and archived in accordance with the college policy and procedure. I have read and understood the college privacy policy and procedure found at the web link think.edu.au. My contribution has, to the best of my knowledge, been truthful and honest, and I have not deliberately sought to conceal any relevant facts from the makers of this video or the assessment reviewers.
Thanks. Hi Erin, my name's Stephanie. I'm going to be your therapist today. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good. So you've come in with some foot pain.
Yeah, my left foot has been hurting probably for a while, but particularly in the last couple of years it's got really bad, but it's probably hurt for a good 6 years or so.
Wow, okay. That's a long time to put up with foot pain. Have you, feel free to ad-lib, have you seen anyone about it at all before?
I mentioned it to a GP, but I'd been running. I think he just put it down to strain. We just thought he'd get over it. Yeah.
Okay, not a problem. So you said that it's gotten worse in the last couple of years. Have you increased your training or?
The nationals are coming up. I run fairly regularly, probably about 10 k's a day, or try to.
Mm-hmm.
But I also work in a factory where I stand up all day as well, so probably either on my feet or running on my feet most of the day, every day.
Okay. Sounds like it's pretty intensive footwork there. And how is your general lifestyle, diet, apart from, and exercise? Do you do any strengthening exercise, or are you just mainly a runner, or?
I guess I focus mostly on the running.
Yeah.
I do a little bit of strength stuff, but nothing major. I don't drink or smoke or anything, so I feel pretty healthy. In saying that, 2-minute noodles kind of creep into my diet probably more often than they should. With when my money's going into training, probably comes second.
Oh, that's fair enough. I'm sure that a lot of athletes do the same thing. Okay, so I've got your X-ray from your GP, and it doesn't look. The report says that there's nothing obscure about your foot at all. So that means that it's most likely to be some sort of muscular rather than skeletal issue. Does it get worse at any stage?
I guess probably towards the end of the day when I've been on my feet all day. And also if I was to squat down, just leaning back on the balls of my feet. Lean forward on the balls of my feet is quite sore on that left foot.
Okay, right. And have you noticed anything about the way that you're running? Are you having to run through the pain when you're training? Does that change the way that you've been running? Have you noticed at all?
I guess I do just try and run through it. I suppose when I go up hills, probably it hurts a bit more.
Yeah. Okay. So
So
when you're having to sort of bend your foot a bit more and put
more
more pressure on the ball of your feet.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's not a problem. So you've had this for quite a while. So we can assume that it's not an acute injury. It hasn't happened in the last couple of weeks. Have you gone over on it at all?
No, but I have increased my training, but that's been for quite a while. That's not just recently. It's been a good couple of months.
Okay, no worries. A couple of things that would stop us treating you today would be if it was an acute acute injury. So if it had happened in the last couple of days and there was quite a bit of inflammation, any open wounds, we'd stay away from that until they healed. But otherwise, if it was an acute injury, we would just do the RICE, rest, ice, compression, elevation, and then once it's gone down after a couple of days, slowly work into getting some mobilisation into that. But it's not an acute injury, so we can have a look at it and go from there. So what we'll do is I'll start by just having a look at your foot and your calf, and we'll do some testing on it just to see whether we can narrow down what it might be. I mean, it could be some sort of tendinopathy because you've got so many tendons that run from your calf muscles down into your feet. It's quite easy to get tendinopathy from overuse, which is quite likely if you've been doing a lot of running over the years but then increased it, so now it's getting a bit more aggravated. The other thing is, sprains of the ankle, that could cause it as well, but if it's not something immediate, then I doubt it's a sprain. And then of course broken fractures in your toes or in the metatarsals in your feet, but your x-rays are fine, so it is probably not going to be that either. So we'll stick with the likelihood that it's probably some sort of tendon strain, but it could also be plantar fasciitis, which is just quite a painful condition in the sole of your foot. But we'll do some tests and we'll just sort of see whether we can narrow it down a little bit and go from there. Do you have any questions about that so far?
No.
No? Okay. Once we've done the testing and we have a bit of an idea, we'll do some massage treatment on your legs. We'll do both legs, and I'm going to do all of your leg, so your feet, your calves, your thighs, and possibly into your glutes and a bit of your lower back as well. Okay. This is going to help reduce fatigue in your muscles generally, and also loosen everything up, further up your myofascial chains. So that sort of links, myofascial chains are chains of connective tissue that link everything together. So you might have one that starts in your ankle and then comes up and then goes up into the front of your hip and then goes around to your back. And sometimes when you have a problem with your foot, that can affect your myofascial chain and it can pull something in your back, that sort of connectedness in your body. So we want to make sure that there's nothing further up that's going to inhibit the healing of your foot. So we'll work on all of that, and we'll do both sides so that you don't feel lopsided when you leave. So we'll be doing a bit of trigger pointing possibly, which can be a little painful, but I'll just require you to give me feedback on the pressure and the pain that you're feeling, so I'll be asking you as we go along. So we use a bit of everything and see how we go from there. Okay, great, cool. Okay, so first of all, I'll have a look at your foot. Okay, so left.
Yep.
Okay, so you're getting the pain in here?
Yeah, there particularly.
Right, I'm just going to have a feel. Let me know if you feel anything in particular that's sore or...
My calf a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, just relax your leg and just let me hold on to it. I'm just going to twist it a couple of different ways just to make sure that all the structures are moving. Okay, that's good. Just relax that one. Just so that I know what is normal for you, I'm just going to have a quick feel of this one as well. Yeah, you are a lot tighter in your left leg than in your right leg. just relax it and I'll hold on to it. Does that hurt when I do that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Alright, not a problem. So there's no visible swelling, no heat, no open sores that would stop us from doing this today.
Mhm.
So we'll get on with a bit more testing. If I can get you to stand up for me, and what we'll do is we'll just do a bit of resisted testing. So if you can stand on the ball of your foot, yep, and that gives you a bit of pain in there.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, particularly on your left one.
Yep.
Just do it on your right, just by itself. Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
Sorry
okay.
for no balance.
Yep. And then, I won't get you to do it again on your left because that's obviously causing you pain. Okay, that's not a problem. The rest we can do on the table. So, what I'll get you to do, you can probably leave your top on, but if you can take your jeans off for me, lie face down on the table, pop the towel over you, and I'll do a little bit more testing, and then I'll put the foot bolster on and we'll start work.